Hi everyone. So I am a bit giddy with a bit of excitement because, well, I said a bit 2 times, because this is the first time I'm going to be making a YouTube video about other YouTubers. So let me tell you, I'm not the biggest fan of Pokemon, I admit, even though, to be fair, Explorers of Time, aka Explorers of Sky, is my favorite video game of all time. But I was a little late to the anime. I didn't start until Hoenn, considering the fact that I was born around the time, just born, when the anime first debuted here. And, well, I stopped at when it was in the middle of Unova, because I didn't really care anymore, and it seems like these days Pokemon has become a job rather than a cartoon and video game, where if they stop, then several millions of people will lose their jobs, so they have to keep going on. But anyway, something that I wasn't late to was the Pokemon hacking world. Now, if you've clicked on this video, you probably know what Pokemon hacking is. You know, when you take a ROM, a regular ROM from a hack game created by Game Freak, or Chunsoft, to use the sprites from the Mystery Dungeon, and make it your own. Turn Fire Red into Shiny Gold and Shiny Gold X, which is considered one of the best hacks of all time. I think it was one of the first. It was one of the first. I don't know if it was the first, but anyway, yeah. And like Light Platinum, Liquid Crystal, Pokemon Insurgents even, Pokemon Victory Fire, Pokemon Dark Rising. I've played all of these games, and there are others that I want to play later. But there's another type of Pokemon hacking that I wanted to talk about. It's when, instead of making your very own game, you make a TV series of it. And people used YouTube to do this. They still do, but this is my story around these people. So I came across them by accident in 2008 when I saw a video called Water Pokemon Legend Episode 22, who goes by the name of Dorian, whose account name is and was Trainer Door. And I was struck. I was 9 or 10, and when I saw Dorian's Blastoise get beaten by a Zapdos, and his character in blue instead of red as the main hero, and all of his plots on his own, and an opening on his own that said one day there was a boy and that boy would be a legend, and it just grew from there. I grew from there, and a ton of other people grew from there. I don't think Dorian was the very first, but he was one of the first, as I've said about Shiny Gold, and well, it was around 2009 when there were dozens of hackers, like Gold, Sana, Sakura, Marissa, Dakota. I probably know these people better than a lot of people since I was basically their biggest fan in 6th grade. In fact, when I was little, I even timed myself on my watch, making up episodes in my head, thinking how long they would be and just memorizing them in my head. I wanted to be an NGH, which stands for Next Generation Hacker. But I wasn't able to really download the software properly at like Advanced Map, Advanced Text, Overworld Editor. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I had a Mac. I think some computers worked with that software with Macs, but...
Mom!
That's my sister, I'm sorry. But yeah, I wasn't able to. I was 11, I was pretty upset about it, but something that I was more upset about was in 2010. Oh, I forgot to mention, and Next Generation Hacker was a group of people who were the best at their craft. And every year, actually, once they started, then they'd get someone new in and they'd hold a contest. And there was also, even outside of this, you could sometimes get tagged and make a little video with the ROM about some things about you. You could make a trainer card or say some facts about you and then tag someone else. Sort of like an early Ice Bucket Challenge. But that became a very distant memory when in 2010, one of the NGH members, Andrew, who went by the account name xandrewwilsonx, his YouTube account was terminated after 3 copyright strikes. And he lost so much of his series, Pokemon Dawn of Darkness, that I didn't really get a chance to see properly. And then I'm not sure which hacker it was. It was probably either Gold or Sakura, but they made like an RIP Alexander Wilson X little episode where all of the NGH were crying as if they killed Andrew and rather not Alexander Wilson X and infiltrated YouTube headquarters. But it was they used the Hoenn Pokemon League for the set, but it's a good enough metaphor to leave an impact because really, how do you think? So you might be thinking, why was his account terminated? Where were the copyright strikes from? To be honest, I have no idea myself, but I'm pretty sure it comes from the fact that when you make a good show, you need music. And it can be really hard to make music by yourself. And I like to listen to music all the time of different sorts. I like to listen to it over and over again. And sometimes I think if I was making a cartoon, I would want an ending like that. I know that's plagiarism, but come on, people on YouTube do outside sources all the time and get away with it, and I don't see the problem. Like, they used theme songs from real Japanese animes, like the Code Geass opening, like Naruto Shippuden openings and endings, and anime from all over the world that were in Japanese, and they were so fun to listen to. Like, what you're seeing right now is one example of Digitim 5's hack, Pokemon Infinite Time. He lost the first 7 episodes, not by copyright, but because of a problem he had with Sony Vegas or something, but I remember the first 7 episodes fairly well. It involved Tim meeting a girl named Celeste and basically catching a fan fee and getting settled in and meeting all these new friends. But anyway, after Alexander Wilson X's account got deleted, a ton of other people's accounts got deleted as well. And not just their accounts, but all the work they put into it. Just imagine you made a TV show all on your own. It was your life's work. You maybe spend like 4 hours a day after school on it, and then all of a sudden it's gone, all gone. Now I know that there are people who post TV shows and, you know, like Wizards of Waverly Place, just random ones that have copyright around them. They belong to Disney or someone. But when you make the craft yourself, even if you use other outside music, which is, I think legal in this age, then it's basically a crime. You're deleting other people's work. You're stealing them. And they stole it from not only the hackers, but me. Thankfully, they made backup accounts, but not all of them were able to recover from this big dilemma after this big outbreak. I read somewhere that YouTube will delete any video if they're requested. I don't know if that was what happened, but there was a hacker named Shiny Cyndaquil123, well, real name Palm. And one time his account got hacked and he sent messages to a few hackers, one of the female hackers. He said, "Hi babe, it's me Palm," not really Palm, but bracket, yeah. "Why are you a girl? You would be so smoking hot if you were a boy." Fortunately, a lot of the hackers could tell it wasn't him, but he deleted all of his work and his backup account. I don't know if this was an attack, but it really left an impression. And as I said, not everyone was hurt by this. Well, not everyone's hack episodes were hurt by this. Like, there's still shows like Gilbert's Pokemon Adventures and Elliot's Pokemon Adventures, sort of. I'm gonna get to that in a little bit. But there are hackers like Gail Lorraine, who made a show called The Pokemon Goddess, and she basically got wiped off the face of the earth for all I know. I can't really find her anywhere. So I'm currently in the middle of making my first non-fiction book. I don't know if I'm going to self-publish this, but it's going to be called Next Generation. I'm basically going to be telling my story a little full on how my life was watching these hacks, seeing people's imaginations come to life, how I wanted to be a part of it all but just couldn't, and basically the whole downfall of it. It wasn't just their accounts being terminated, it was also growing up. Like, some people had to leave the industry to go on with their lives, But I think that stemmed from the fact that most of their accounts and work were deleted, so they all of a sudden felt if it's gonna be deleted, then they're just basically, I give up, I can't continue this. So anyway, the reason that I felt I wanted to do this video now is because I thought up a few things. One is I found a hard drive on my computer a little while back, and it has some footage of old hacks that I videotaped, and most of them are lost right now. Like, I'm gonna show a little bit in a second. Two is that I felt maybe these hackers could tell the rest of their story by writing. I mean, I know I'm an author, they might not be authors, they might not want to write what they would have finished up, but just a thought. I mean, and I might have looked up some stuff on Facebook. I'm not trying to be a stalker, more like a biggest fan. So, and now before I go, these are some of those clips that I videotaped. They're way back from 2009, back when YouTube had the star rating, and there is some background noise in some of them, but I can't undo that, I'm afraid. But the first one I'm gonna show is the first opening from Pokemon Infinite Time, where the first 7 episodes were made. Next, I'm gonna show the opening from Elliot's Pokemon Adventures. Shadow Elliot is still hacking today, and he has 103 episodes right now of new, better film. But this is an opening that got deleted. I don't know if he deleted it or someone else deleted it against him. I think it was the latter, but I ended up filming it, and actually 4.5 episodes, so here's the rest. finally, this is one of Sakura's old hack openings of one she made up called Pokemon A Symphonian Tale. So basically, my conclusion to this video, if I ever had one, is that I feel that Pokemon hacking and all of these games, about 5 different versions of Pokemon games, are released every year, and I think they rival the ones that Game Freak has made. They started with a few people that wanted to make a story and did so, and were fatally crushed. But I feel that we might someday be able to get these hacks back. I mean, the ones that were lost. I don't know if YouTube keeps the videos that are deleted or not. I looked it up on an answers page, and no one really knows for sure if YouTube keeps the videos they delete on file, but if they do, YouTube put the cart before the horse in this case 7 years ago, or 6 years ago, both of them, since their accounts were deleted at different times, and I would really like them back. I think that we all would really appreciate them back. And there are also a few questions that I had, just in case you're a hacker and you are watching this. Sakura might be my favorite hacker. She's brilliant, and she made these openings. They're lost now, but she made one for Marissa, the Hammy Within. She made one for season 3. It started with her and her fictional BFF Gory on standing apart from each other, and then a few clips of towns rolling by, and it ended at the lake again, at their reflections. I don't know what song that was, but I'd love to know. And also the one that she made for Dorian's Water Pokemon Legend competition way back when. I remember a hacker named Dusk Dragonite, who's off the radar now, was 3rd place. Gold, who I mentioned before, his account was Gold's Adventure Stories, made the number 2, and Sakura's made number 1. It was a very interesting song, very interesting fashion. I think this video's gone on long enough. You can tell that I was a big fan of these, and it really upsets me, but it probably doesn't upset you as much, because you may not have known them and cherished them as much as I did, but I did. So, thanks. I hope you enjoyed the video.